Hey, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. What's up? I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, y'all. Hey, good evening. Good evening. So I just wanted to chat with everybody just a little bit tonight. I am actually hanging out at the charging station here, charging my car. And tonight I promise to get on for a little bit. So those of you who can watch now or watch later would be super cool. I promise there are going to be some nuggets for you. They were truly nuggets for me. So I just wanted to talk to you real quick. I got all my lights on in here. It looks like I got all the lights on up in this camp. But I just wanted to talk to you all tonight about being your best self. Being your best self. Being your best self. And so before I dive into that, I just wanted to ask you, do you know what your true purpose is here? What your true purpose is here on this earth? What is your purpose? What are you created to do? What are you supposed to be doing? Whose life are you supposed to be impacting? You know, why is it worthwhile? You know, does God get his return on investment of every day breathing the breath of life in you? I mean, by him allowing your heart to beat while you're here on earth, what are you supposed to be doing? How does he profit from you being alive? How is your life? How is your ministry? How is your mission, vision, his purpose that he has for your life? How is it for his pleasure? You know, and I tell you, being your best self, it's a progressive thing, right? You have to kind of feel like you are progressing and being your best self. And even at 51, I mean, you know, you're still trying to figure things out. I'm 51 years old and I'm still trying to figure things out. But I will say that I do know, without a shadow of a doubt, you know, what my clear purpose is. I finally figured it out. I mean, I know God was kind of, you know, just, you know, allowing all kinds of things to happen in my life until I figured that thing out. And I have to tell you, you know, in thriving to be my best self, y'all, I have finally figured out my purpose. My purpose I'm clear on, and it is to help my sisters, you know, and really everybody do well, but really help my sisters do well. I mean, I love it. I mean, I do it in my sleep. I mean, I think about all the different ways that I can create an empowering environment for my sisters, for the young ladies, for little girls, you know, create an empowering environment for them so that they can feel confident in being their best self and, you know, confident in what they are created to do and to be here on this earth. And, you know, I live, I breathe, I thrive on fulfilling that purpose in my life. And that is, you know, helping other women find their inner strength, find their inner worth, find their inner purpose. What are they here on earth for? And so, you know, I don't get tired of talking about it because, you know, as women, as young girls, we have so many different things going on. We have our hands in so many different things. I know many of you hear me say that all the time. There's so much stuff that we're always doing, right? And so it's important because we know we touch so many people's lives, you know, whether it be positive or constructive, we are impacting someone's life with every single decision that we make. And so I wanted to tap on that tonight real quick. And I know you guys were hanging out with us on Saturday when we were talking about relationships during a pandemic. And I know many of you will probably hang out with us on this Saturday when we talk about we talk about some bad choices. We're going to be talking about that too. But tonight I wanted to kind of, some of my notes that I wrote down, I wanted to talk to you about them real quick, because being your best self is so important, right? I mean, like, why are you here on earth? I mean, like, why? I mean, who wants to be a bad self? I don't know. I mean, I think everybody kind of wants to put their best foot forward. And I think because of all these things that have happened in our life, right, it's really a struggle sometimes to be good. I know I talk to many women and men, and we struggle to be our best self, because so many things are happening. People tempt you on your job. You saying crazy stuff sometimes. People tempt you just in the parking lot here. Actually, I came to charge up my car tonight, and I just simply pulled up on the lady. I mean, not in a bad way, but I pulled up and I was like, "Hey, are you charging?" Because she was parked in that parking space, and she was like, she looked at me funny, got out the car, and it kind of scared me a little bit because she got out kind of aggressively. And then her mate walked up and said, "What's up?" And I was like, "I was just checking to see if, y'all were charging, because you're parked in the charging spot. No harm, no foul, And I was like, you know what? Even in that moment, it was so difficult to be my best self. It was such an opportunity, I should say, to choose, make a good choice, and try to see the light in this thing, and try to be positive, and try not to pay wrong for wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was really an opportunity. But I tell you, one of the things I love talking to young women and young men about is your growth on purpose. And you really want to have your growth on purpose, right? And so it took a lot of intentionality, if you will, for me to really choose the right path, because I came from Kirkwood. Back in the day, Kirkwood was not the people you played with. It wasn't a fancy hood, okay? But I thank God for growth on purpose, right? And I mean growth on your purpose of being your best self, figuring it out. And so I wanted to just tap on a few things. So one of the things I wanted to say is really hard, right? It's a huge opportunity, but I wanted to throw it out there. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for things. I mean, that's so easy. When you're trying to be your best self, so many things get in the way, and we make excuses for it. And we say, the dog made us do it, the cat made us do it, my neighbor made me do it, my boss made me do it. Stop making excuses. When we are shooting to be our best self, we want to make sure that we don't make excuses for things. I mean, we hold ourselves accountable for the choices that we make. That is how we are our best self. Again, people are watching you. Young people are watching you as a role model. Not even just young people, older people might be watching you as a role model. And you don't even realize that you are an unsolicited mentor for somebody. Somebody's watching the way you handle things. Somebody's watching how you hold yourself accountable for things that happen in your life. So I'm going to say it again. Oh, my light's going out. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for stuff. I mean, some of us call them reasons instead of excuses, and I say tomato. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can always kind of look at it how you want. And as a minister, I'm constantly telling myself that stop making excuses. Got to do better. You want to be a better self. You gotta stop making excuses. Hold yourself accountable. I got another one here. Think big. Think big. Don't always think so small. Think big. And that means, really plan intentionally with some interest. And that is how you can be your best self. Plan intentionally with some interest. I've got this retainer in my mouth, y'all, so it's causing some today. Okay, call coming in. Think big.
Don't always think so small, you know, don't minimize your capability, especially remember the Christians in the house, you know, God can do some big, amazing things more than you can think or imagine according to that power that's within you. So it starts with you. It starts with me. So in order to be your better self or a better self, you've got to think big. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Okay. I got another one on, being your best self. Be present, not be past. So many of us, we can't do better. We can't be better because we always dwell on what happened in our past. Be in your present. Be in your present. Be in your present. Be in your present. Be mindful. And one of the things that's helped me be a better Denise, or a better self, is to give meditation a try. Because when you meditate, you are truly in the now. You're in the now. You're in that moment. Can't do anything about yesterday. It's already gone. Can't do anything about tomorrow because tomorrow has its own troubles, as the word tells us. So be in the present. That's the best way to be your best self. I got another one for you that I learned the really hard way because listen, everybody can't, I'm not on everybody's palette. Okay. You might not be either, but you really want to leverage your best relationships. If I could give you any advice, something that's helped me be a better person every day. I try to get better and better every day. Just try to be better. What God has for me is for me. And what gifts he's given me, I want to make sure I make him proud and make him blush. I want to use those gifts, and that has helped me become better. It's to leverage the best or the great relationships that I have out there. That means don't spend time on the bad relationships. Everybody can't, you're not on their, you're not for their palate. Okay. They don't have a taste for you. Okay. You don't have to leverage those relationships and don't feel bad about it. Leverage the relationships. There's so many people out here gonna love you, respect you, support you, unify with you, all that. They're going to be the ones that are going to give you great raw feedback. They're going to be the ones that are going to accept your feedback. They're going to be the ones that support you, and you're going to support them, and you're going to unify. You're going to collaborate. There's going to be synergy there. Leverage those relationships. Those are the relationships that you want to leverage. Okay. And it's okay to say no to the bad relationships. It's okay. You cannot be a better self if you are constantly wallowing in bad relationships. Okay, I said it right here. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with not falling for the okie doke. I'll put it that way, and you can take that for yourself. But empower yourself. That's another one, and that's where ImPowered comes from. Okay, empowerment. Someone else has the keys to motivating you or helping you be the best you. But at the end of the day, okay, you are responsible for you. You make your own choices. You determine your own destiny. Okay, your mind, your heart, and what you speak. Okay, so empower yourself, which gives you our name, which is ImPowered. Be ImPowered. Encourage yourself, affirm yourself, support yourself, love yourself, every bit of you. I love every part of me. I love my gray hair. I love my wrinkles. I love my stutter. I love, it took a long time to get there, but I love Denise. Okay. And I love me. I love who God has created me to be. I love how he's working with me and on me every single day. So empower yourself to say, I'm getting better. Thank you, God. I'm trying. Thank you, God. I'm ready to be stretched. Thank you, God. So in order for you to be your best self, you have got to be your best fan. You've got to be your biggest fan. You've got to support you. Okay. You've got to do positive self-talk to yourself. Okay. And that's so important. So important. If you only got one person, like I always tell people this, if I only got one view, and that's me looking at me when I'm giving self affirmations and empowering conversations, then guess what? That's all you need. That's how you grow. That's how you grow. So remember, you got to take care of yourself first. Just like when they say on the airplane, right? If the cabin loses pressure, you got to put your mask on before you put the mask on your neighbor. Come on, somebody. So to be your best self, you have got to empower yourself, encourage yourself, take care of yourself first. That is not selfish. That's not what that is. That's self first. That's making sure that you are in a good position to help other people. Okay. So empower yourself. I'm just trying to give y'all some real stuff. Okay. Just real stuff. Um, I'm going to tell you this one. Another way to become your best self is to turn on the light. Turn on, like this. Okay. Like it's off. That's so easy. So many people love the dark. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, turn the light on. Notice all the good things that you do. When you notice all the good things that you do, you will now be able to notice all the great things that other people do. That is how you can be your best self. There's so much going on in this world. I mean, you got pandemic, you got political issues, you got, COVID. It's just so much going on. Okay. So much going on. So turn on the light. There is something good out of everything. Listen, there's a whole lot of bad, but there's a whole lot of good that came out of COVID. Many of you, I know I did. I got to know myself. And a lot of stuff I learned about myself I didn't like, which was so good because now that gave me an opportunity to go nowhere but up, right? Nowhere but up. So in order to be your best self, and I'm going to tell you to my ladies out there, I talk to a lot of ladies all the time and we just collaborate. And I'm going to tell you, in order for you to be your best self or to find your best mate, if you're still looking, you got to be your best self first. You got to really know what makes you tick. You got to turn the light on. Notice some of the good things that are going on around you. Okay. Notice some of the good things about you. Okay. Be your best self and move past your fear. Oh, wow. Another thing to do in order to become your best self. Move past your fear. Oh my gosh. Move past your fears. So many times, you got that inner voice that's telling you you're not enough. Oh, I'm the background person. Oh, I just, it happens. Move past your fear. Try not to, focus on all the things that you can't do and focus on some of the things that you can do. Yes, I know it's a struggle. It's hard to do this someday. But you have to start somewhere to get there. And it doesn't mean you're arrogant. That's that old mentality. Just because you're confident in who you are, people think, oh, you're just arrogant. No, you are confident in who God made you to be. God don't make no junk. Okay. He doesn't make junk. I'm sorry. He does not. He doesn't make junk. He does not make junk. Okay. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Don't make no junk. So you want to make sure that you really lean into who you were created to be. I got a couple more for you. Okay. I did say stop living your fears. Let go of control. Oh my gosh. That's a good one. Let go of control. The only thing, this is the last one I'm going to give you because this is a good one. The only thing that you have control over is how you respond to things that happen to you. That's it. You can't control what people say. I get it every day. I get people that they watch me and they can't think of anything positive. They find everything negative and they gonna call, they gonna talk, they gonna spread the word. Okay. They're gonna look for something negative. I cannot control that. You cannot control that. The only thing that you can control, and this is how you become your best self, is that you control your response. And sometimes it requires you to step back. Just step back a couple of times. Sometimes you have to just do it physically. Just walk back 2 steps and go, wait a minute, let me readdress this. Let me rethink about this. I control my response. Okay. So let go of control. Stop trying to control people's response on what they think about you and how they feel about. No, you listen. The only competition and the only other control you need to have outside of how you respond, okay, is control you being a better self the next day, better than your previous self. It's so important. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got anybody out there, and you don't have to share my post, just have a chat with them. There's so many people out there that are struggling with trying to be their best self. They are super, super struggling to be their best self. And I'm just going to say, please, 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 please try to help them, try to coach them, try to listen first to find out where they might need some support from, and try to help them to be their best self. Life is so short. Okay. And some people just need to hear a positive mindset from someone else, or an encouraging, or maybe even just an empathetic mindset of, you know what, I've been there. Let me put myself in your shoes a little bit. Okay. And they might need to hear, don't, get out of the fear, get out of the past, let go of control. They might need to hear that on the light. They might need to hear, turn on the light, get out of the darkness, notice something good that you're doing. And I think I said it again, let go of control of what other people do. Just be in control of your response. And when I tell you that, just going to take a load off of some people, somebody needs to hear that from you. And I tell you, I lean into my purpose. My purpose is to be that light to people. So much darkness is out there, no matter how many people are negative and, depressed. God has already told me what you are supposed to do. My daughter Denise, you're supposed to be positive. You're supposed to be empathetic. You're supposed to be supportive. No matter what, you keep being that light, and you continue to show women and young girls and men that they have an amazing inner self to be their best self. They really do. They can be better. I created them to be better. I created them to endure. And so that's what I want you to do, Denise. I want you to be that light. And that is my purpose. Find out what your purpose is, okay? And it should marry with you being your best self, right? It should marry why you were here on earth. What were you designed to do? Okay? I'm sure God designed you to serve a purpose here on earth. He didn't design you to just be hanging out for no reason. Trust me on that. I'm sure he designed you to do something for his pleasure. Okay? So be your best self. I got so much more that I wrote. Y'all, I wrote down a whole bunch of notes. I know you see them here. A whole bunch, because I was truly just like about this. And I got a whole bunch. I'm going to throw at you, and then I'm going to hang up, because I'm so excited about what we're going to be talking about on Saturday. Y'all have got to visit us on Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern, because we've got so many different views, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And I think we have an 80-year-old perspective as well about bad choices. We're going to be talking about that thing. Okay. But I did want to say this again, that I got a couple of more I want to share with you. Okay. About being your best self. We talked about leveraging best relationships. We talked about thinking big. We talked about stop living your fears. That ain't cool. We talked about stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Whatever you want to call them, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. We talked about it, but I just want to throw that at you. We talked about being present, not being past. Okay. And talk about your successes. And we also talked about empowering and encouraging yourself. So ladies, please share it with somebody. Somebody needs to hear that thing. And there's probably a woman that's suffering right now and really needs to hear something positive. Be your sister's keeper. Tell her something positive. Listen to her talk. She might just need a lending ear. Okay. Because we as women have our hands in so many different things. So be your best self. You can do it. Believe in you. Your time is now to be your best self. You know what? And guess what? There's so many people out there that are in the same position that you're in, and they're willing to support you and unify with you, collaborate with you. All of those good things. There's so many people out there that are wanting good for you. The time is now to be your best self. Okay. All right. So I'm about to go because I got to get home. It is dark out here. My car is at 97% charged. Hopefully this was helpful for you. It was truly helpful for me. Anytime I can reaffirm of being my best self and say it out loud, and share it with other people, it's always going to make me better as well. So please pay it forward. Hey, I see a couple of comments on here. I see someone said preach, and I see someone said thank you so much for this message. So true. Must move past our fears to become our best self. Yes, we do. And I love your tagline. It says life celebration. I love it. I love it. Life celebration. And I think that's Real Lex. Please out and spend some time with us on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to check out our website. Don't forget to check out the website, www.ImPowered. Check us out. We're motivational for you. Always motivational for you. We're never going to. We're going to try to make it to where we're going to be here together. Me and my team, we're like super good news with you. A high five, something's going to make you feel a little bit better. Let's turn on the light right here. That's what we will be here for. We are ImPowered Woman, and we've got some amazing men that support us as well. But I got to tell you, please come out on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We got some really cool stuff to talk about during that time as well. And don't forget, I can't believe I got this much energy at 8 o'clock on 8:30 on a Tuesday night. But anyway, don't forget to be your best self. Be your best self. Be your best self. Be your best self. All right. Talk to y'all later. Holla at a sister. Holla, holla, holla. Okay. You need some encouragement. We are here. We are here. I think someone's wanting to use this spot, y'all. All right. We are here at ImPowered Global. And don't forget, go to our YouTube site as well. So you get notifications with stuff like the news and politics. We're not doing, we're kind of trying to get back to such downers, okay? Okay, come on to YouTube /ImPowered. Don't forget to like us on Facebook pages. Kind of cool. On our Facebook Global LLC office there. You can go there too. We're on Twitter. But most importantly, come on and chat with us on Saturday, because we're going to have a really good discussion about some bad we've made, what we've learned from them. Real people, real talk, real fun, and we're super loving each other on that chat. All right. I think we are done. All right. Peace. I love you long time. I'm about to go home and probably get under my mattress because I'm tired. Okay. It doesn't look like it because I'm super energetic right now, but I've had a long day. I'm going to go do some self-love. I'm going to go relax, watch a little TV, and then I'm going to get under my mattress and go to sleep. All right. And get my rest for tomorrow. All right. Talk to y'all later. Later.